guys and welcome. Today I'm going to make a clipboard journaling card. So I'm in a monthly Facebook group called Junk Journal Creative Swaps in Oz. So it's an Australian swap group, and we can choose every month which event that we want to go into, and I've selected this clipboard journaling card. So I haven't made one before, but I've pulled out just some different papers. I want to do a little bit of collaging, I think, on there. If you have a look at my Temu haul, these papers will be in there, but just beautiful. I think they're Japanese papers, grid papers, some invoices, and this is Dina Wakley's tissue paper. All right, so I'm going to cut the journaling cards out. Just decide on what size I want to go. Normally, you know, if we're working in an A5 journal, it's about 5.5 inches. So I might go 4 3/4. Actually, no, I'll go 4.5. I think I'll do 6.5, because our journal heights are usually around the 7.5. I'll cut 2, but we're only going to make 1 today. I've got to make 2 for my swap, so if I cut the journaling card, I can whip another one up off camera. Okay, just going to pop that away to the side. Just going to get some gluing paper down, or inking paper. Now I'm going to round the edges on this one. And then I want to collage some papers on the top. So I'm going to start with this background grid paper. There is certainly no rhyme or reason. I'm just going to lay some papers down and see what we come up with. I don't want any straight edges on it, except I'm going to keep that straight edge over there. I'm going to glue that one down there. So that's the only instructions that we got. We had to make 2 journaling cards with a clipboard, and I'm actually going to make a mini clipboard on a chain, and so it will sit inside a pocket on top of this one, if that makes sense. Sort of like a little pocket card, I guess. And just use the papers that you got. So book page is a good one. I want to get a bit of green into here as well. We may even trim them up after. If we go over the edge, don't be too worried about that. We can trim them up afterwards. I love putting green into my projects. This is a really pretty one too. And then I want to get some of this beautiful, I don't even know which way's up or which way's down, so it doesn't matter. I think this way's the top. I glue off the page. I'm going to make things more stickier than they are. And then I might get a little bit of this script in here somewhere. I like this piece here. put that down the middle there. And then I'd like something up in the corner there. So that may be a label. Excuse me. I've got some of this grid tissue paper as well. Not tearing the greatest, but I should have used a ruler, but I like the imperfect edges on it. And let's just tear down this side. I must be tired today, guys. I don't seem to have a lot of strength in my hands, so I don't know where that's coming from. My husband come home from hospital yesterday, so you know, had to make sure he was comfortable last night, so I sort of didn't sleep the best. Well, I didn't feel tired when I woke up, and I'm not yawning or anything, I'm just a little bit lethargic, so that's what I'll put it down to. I actually would like another piece of the grid down the bottom there too, so I might tear off another piece. So you can see what I mean about imperfect edges. A lot of the times the tissue paper will just blend into the background there anyway. I love working with tissue paper. Actually, that piece can go up the top because it's got glue on it, and then this piece down the bottom. Okay, and then we'll just cut the excess off the back. It's a good way to turn it over like this, so you can see the edges. Beautiful. Black line on that paper is just throwing me off a little bit. I'm just gonna, there we go, just gonna trim it a little bit, get rid of some scraps before we end up in a mess. And when I say scraps, they're not keeping scraps, they're really little taggy bits. Okay, so now I'm going to ink around the edge just to see how things look. I'm just going to use walnut stain because that's what's on my desk, and that's one of my absolute favourite colours to work with. Normally you'd let things dry. I like the taggy bits there. That's why I was quite rough going through that tissue paper. Let's see if I can get and see. I can pull some more up like that. It'll help, you know, blend things in a little bit as well. Ink over the back. So that's our basis there. Now I want to have a look at, might just glue that down a bit because I'm going to stamp over it. And I want to put the pocket roughly about here. So I want to stamp an image over that. And I want to stamp a fairly large image. So I'm thinking the inspector. Which is The Stampers Anonymous, the Inspector, CMS 465. Just put out the stamp block. One of my big ones. I'm going to stamp him in black, so I'm going to use the VersaFine Clair ink. Now I want him to go up a bit because I know when I do the chain it's not going to be that long for the tag to go in the pocket. So a little bit of thinking ahead. Like I said, I haven't made these before, so everything's an experiment today. Lovely. And we've got a little bit of red up the top, so I'm thinking some red along the bottom. And I really like the numbers on this one, the alphabet rather. Like I said, my brain seems a bit lethargic today, so if I call inking gluing or gluing inking, you'll know what I mean. Now I want to get a red colour. And I'll go with red geranium. It's an archival ink. What I might do, the Inspector's getting, to me, is getting a little bit lost through here. So I might stamp him and stick that over the top. So there's our red there, which I absolutely love that. And so we can do a red label up the top. So I'm just going to grab some cream cardstock. Even though we're doing him in a pocket as well, I'm going to, actually I should stamp him twice because we want to cut the pocket off him. So I'll turn it this way, get our VersaFine Clair. Stamp him there. And then I might turn this upside down because we're going to put him on a pocket. I don't know how wide I'm going to make the pocket, so I want it away from the edge a little bit, if that makes sense. And we're only going to cut part of him as a pocket because we'll have the stamped image underneath, and I'll show you what I mean there. So that one we want to cut out now. So the one we're going to stick to our journal card, excuse me, we're going to cut it out and stick him down with a little bit of inking, and then we're going to cut a pocket to go over the top. So this is the one that I'm going to cut out. So don't be too worried about down the bottom here because it's going inside our pocket. So just a rough cut. And then go close to the line, but not on the line. It doesn't matter if you've got a little bit of white edge because we're going to ink the edge and it'll just disappear with the inking. I've used this stamp quite a few times. It took me a while to buy this one because I thought, oh, how many times will I use it? But there's so many elements. One thing I like about the Stampers Anonymous stamp sets, there's so many elements that you can use so that they go together, but then you can use them separately and use other stamp sets with them. They just all seem to go together for somehow, so I don't know how the guys do that. And then we're going to stick him over the top so you can see now that he pops out off the page. So I will ink him and then we will glue him down. So way better than that. I mean, that's still okay for a very rustic vintagey look, but I wanted to feature him. So I'm sort of inking across the hat there too. And then sort of down round his chin. So I've gone around close to the edge because we don't want him to lift. There'll be things sliding in and out of the pocket. Absolutely love that. So now we sort of get a scrap bit of cardstock and we want to work out the size of our clipboard, our mini clipboard, where it's going to come down to. And I did have I had a clipboard stamp that I had stamped out, but I think it's going to be too big. I also stamped just in some brown, just the top, because I just want to feature the top. So I might, I'll keep those. I won't use that cardstock. I'll just use some cream cardstock and cut a piece down to be the clipboard, just sort of more in keeping with the size of the journal card. So that one's about 3 inches. I think I'll go 3 by 4. Nope, it's going to be a bit big. So let me go 2.5 by 3.5. And go down a little bit more, 2.25 by 3. So that size will feature nice. So this is going to be tucked in a pocket. We now want to make a pocket, and we want to, probably should have made the pocket before I stamped, but that's okay. We'll and I want to do like a angled pocket. So it might take a little bit of trial and error. The image. I haven't measured anything. I'm going to cut that down a bit as well, but you know, our pocket's going to go somewhere like here, and then our journaling card is going to pop in there like that, and you know, it might hang out the side because we still want to be able to see our inspector. So I'm going to ink that across there. I'm going to work out how deep. I'm going to cut a little bit more off the bottom of that pocket. So rule of thumb, you always make something bigger than you think it is when you're eyeballing like this or experimenting. There we go. And we can cut that off once we glue it. I don't think I've even got a pen on my desk. Oh, yep, there's one there. And I might make that one smaller down there too. Cut the long side off first. Cut the shorter side off. Just want to get rid of that ink of the pen there. Ink it up. So now we want to glue him on like that. Before I glue that down, I want to put some stitching, but I'm going to do some faux stitching. Just with a marker. And you can get stamps with stitching too, which I do have. But I just wanted a straight stitch on this one, and I will also go around the journaling card just to give it a bit of a border. Makes it stand out too, and I think I might ink those 3 edges. A little bit heavier. Yes, I definitely don't want to take the stitching across there. So this is a great exercise if you're thinking, you know, it's like a hidden pocket really, because you're marrying up your image like that, and he probably needs a bit of inking across there just to blend it in. Now we're going to glue that down. Gives your journaling card some great dimension as well. straight as I can get it. I want to put some labels and clusters over here now, as well as one up the top there. And I was thinking red. Now I've got all these that I cut out just recently. Tip a few in here. I certainly don't want big ones. I like that one. And I'll get my label book because I also, apart from the red, I want to put some beige ones down as a base. And perhaps a number of some sort. So if we go a base, and then put another colour in there as well. Fighting with the red a little bit, so we need probably something more plain. And sometimes, you know, it's trial and error. With our labels. Might go a different red one. See if I've got like a filled in red. Maybe something like that when I say filled in red. Maybe that one up the top there. So these are just digital downloads that I've purchased. I will try and remember the name and put it down below for those of you that like doing the digitals, because you know, once you buy them you can print them as many times as you like. I like that because it doesn't take it away from him. So all right, so let's ink these up and then we can work on our little mini clipboard that's going in. I'm going to put something just under that up there too, I think. So I'm not doing too much inking there. I'm just getting rid of the white line on the edge. This one I'll ink a little bit heavier. Now I just want something for up the top there, and I think something with a bit of green in it, because I've got a bit of green down the bottom there. So if I have a look in my green labels, I think I'll just go with that one because we're going to be hiding most of it underneath anyway. Alright, so we glue this one down first. We might take him slightly over and we can cut that off. That's fairly straight. Don't get a lot of wiggle room, as we know, with art glitter. You know, you could have something right along the bottom, but I really don't want to cover up that lettering too much. And the green paper, I absolutely love it. Beautiful, and we do want to put a tab up the top. Do we want to make it a clipboard one? I might just glue that to some cardstock just to give it a little bit more weight, even though it's on craft cardstock anyway, because I'm not double layering it. Like, I'm not putting one at the front and one at the back. And I'll cut that out. And I am also going to put an eyelet in that. So my crocodile. I might go the small one. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. I'll go the big one. Lovely. And ink around the edge, just to get rid of those white edges. Now I'm going to glue it down. That's the middle. I'm going to put an eyelet in it. It's a bit of a tight fit, but anyway, we'll probably should have gone the smaller one, but it doesn't matter. It's done now. I know, looks good. And now let's do our little clipboard tag. Just gonna move some stuff. So that's our tag that we're going to work on. I'm going to do a bit of stamping on that. Let's look for a word. And do we want a corn around it? I think we do. Just make sure that still fits, which it does. So that's going to be tucked in into our pocket, remember? So we do want to also put an eyelet on that one. I might go the smaller one this time. Lovely. I won't glue him on yet till we finish our stamping, but I will ink around our little journaling tag. Lovely. And let's have a look at what we're going to stamp on now. Okay, might go, I'm still working from the Inspector set because I actually like this little spade. And we might sort of make it like a playing card. How good does that look? And what else do we have? I might also, out of the same stamp set, go with the light bulb. In the middle of that, and then we might put some red words on it perhaps. And if we have, you know, some numbers or some words down the side, I think that'll look pretty cool. What have we got? Register. Service. We might go to a different stamp set. I'll go to Field Notes. And let's have a look. I like this number stamp, and we're going to go in the red. Have those days, guys, when your desk is just, you feel like you're having a avalanche of stuff coming at you. So I want to get it down from the edge, I think. Hard to line up. I might do it this way so I might be able to see it. And because it's sort of like a playing card, we go one up one way, one up the other. I really like that. It just feels like it needs something else, but only something little. Maybe more of a pattern. What else have we got? Go to the eccentric one. And we'll go the round factory stamp, and we'll do it in black as well. I just want to feature some of it. To the side like that, and then yeah, just something there and something there, which could be just a number if we've got, although hang on a minute, we've got a really little circular stamp. And I think I'll do it in shadow grey. Do a tester. Just as a filler. Now we're going to glue that on. Just move these stamps. Just tidy the disc up a fraction. So if we pop him in there, that's the effect we're going to get there, which is great. I think I might ink him a little bit heavier though, around the edge, because we just did a quick ink. So I'm making it darker overall. And we're going to glue our little clipboard topper. Now I'm going to stamp something there. Just going to find a stamp. Actually, this telephone and number. Turn it to the side just so I can get an idea without sticking my head over. Hopefully that'll look okay. It does. And now we're going to pop our chain on. So I've got some ball chain here. See if one's longer than the other. Yeah, I think I'll go with the black. So it just pops through there. Pops through there. And the ball chain, you just put the ball in there and just pull it along the little slit there. And then we're tucking it in now into our pocket. That's better. How good is that, guys? I mean, we can even just have it as a dangle, but you know, the challenge I was set was the clipboard journaling card. So there's our clipboard, journaling on the back there. I've still yet to ink that and cut that, trim that off. But fun little project. Get your stamps out, have a play with that. We can never have enough journaling space in our journals, so why not have fun with adding some more. But thanks, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.